Oh gosh, right on cue, Jack has started to snore. Welcome to another snoring vlog. I know you love it and you love him. Right, well, first of all, this is the day after we're coming home, we're coming home. Well, we've come home. Who saw the match? Who thought it was just the best football ever? And come on, the Lionesses. I just saw how jiggly my arms were then. We're not going to go on and on and on this week about our tummy. It's looking a lot better. Look. It was just bloating. Look. And I've started my regime every single morning. Just the flabbiness, but you know, we've all got it at this age, haven't we, girls? Yes, it was, so I'm still wearing my t-shirt in their honour. So, apart from Jack snoring, what else have we got in this vlog? Well, later on we've got part 2 of the fashion show, me showing you my clothes in the cupboard upstairs. So I know you'll enjoy that. I'm sorry, it's all very much me this week because, well, it's only Monday, the day after we're coming home. We've come home. So I haven't got a lot to slot in. I haven't been doing that much. I've just been out and about having coffee with friends and things. Nothing, because it's so grey and humid, nothing very photogenic. But I have discovered a new store in Brighton, so I'll show you that. It's bric-a-brac, antiques, pre-loved. Oh, it's like an Aladdin's cave. Oh, hair. Had my hair done. Sorry, most importantly. Can you see? You might have seen it on Instagram. More of that in a minute. People have asked, more than two of you, a few, have asked about my TV and radio career. So I should share that with you. And somebody else asked to see my jewellery, which is perfectly timed because I've got these little beauties, which I'll also tell you about. Because I'm missing my colour and my white, that's better, isn't it? It's coming back. Because I'm missing having colour in my hair, he has done dozens and dozens of what they call, what is it? Baby lights. Baby lights. I've had baby lights instead of a great big chunk. He's done lots and lots of baby lights, all weaved in around the front and the top so that I won't get a horrible growth. And can't wait to show you this. It means that I can go there and have a wash and blow dry, and they've got a conditioning treatment on it. They can put a conditioning treatment on it that's got colour. So they've got pink and they've got lilac. So I'm going to have lilac put in because look at my nails. I'm really loving lilac this summer. How cool is that? So, girls asked about my jewellery. Well, I am very minimalist. I usually wear a little diamond in there and a bigger one in there, and a little diamond in there and a bigger, different earring in there because I lost one of the diamonds that my lovely brother gave me. I always wear the same here, and I wear the same here. And that's a little precious diamond there. I mean, I literally wear the same things all through the year. My little bracelets, as I'm getting more and more of. Etsy, that's Etsy. I think they were presents. That's a friend who has a boutique. Markets. Oh, that one came from Tiffany. I've had that since my 50th birthday. So I sort of keep the same things on, and then a company, a little UK lovely independent brand called the Hoop Station, asked me to choose some earrings and to share them with you. And I'm very odd about earrings and I've never worn hoops, but I think these are quite nice, don't you? Oh, especially with my hair back. Now, if I was to do my hair like that, how gorgeous are they? Now, they're not cheap shit at all, but they're not silly expensive because they're all basically sterling silver covered in gold. And the most exciting thing is, and I love helping a small company out, as you know, and these are lovely and comfortable, and I will definitely, well, I'm wearing them all today, all through today. I shall wear them for my date tomorrow as well. Yep, they're not uncomfortable at all, which is my big thing with pierced ears. I don't like many earrings. These are gorgeous, and they're giving you, anybody who wants some, oh, and they come beautifully packaged. Look at this lovely little thing. This is only gifting. I'm not being paid to say all this. The Hoop Station. Georgiana Scott. They're made in Italy, and they're offering us 30% discount. So see below on my link, you'll see the code. It's probably Susie30 or something like that. And great for a present, great for the summer. Have a look and let me know. I think I might want more. Should I go big? I chose these because they looked a little bit more vintagey to me. Anyway, I'd love your feedback. Let me know. So, you wanted to know about my TV and radio career. Well, I trained as a journalist. I did all sorts of jobs, mostly in things, lipstick, mostly in jobs like advertising. I was a producer for many years doing special events and conferences and audio visuals, and I loved all of that, all through my 20s. Very creative, very much all about editing and interviewing people, so you can see why I've gone into this naturally. And then I trained as a journalist at the age of 32, most unusually, and I thought, I'd been in Accra in Ghana, and my father was posted out there working for the UN, and we had a little bit of an uprising, a military coup while I was there. And I remember just getting terribly excited about the drama of it all and standing on his roof watching the tracer bullets and recording them. I made audio visuals all through my 20s as a hobby. I would go away and travel and take loads of photographs and then set them to music when I got back. I used to edit all my own tapes, which in those days, many of you will remember, was basically tape that you could hang round your neck, and you could cut it literally with a razor blade and then join two words together. So I sort of trained myself at home because it was a hobby like this has become. It's so weird that I have come absolute full circle. Isn't life interesting? Anyway, let's show my earrings. Because of the military coup and getting overcome by the excitement of it all, when I got back safely, we were all quite safe. I trained as a radio journalist, and at the age of 32. And you know, you'll love this. The guy who headed it up was a real hard-nosed newsman. Now, anyone who's watching the newsreader, even though it was set in Australia in the 80s, will recognise the way men were. Well, they really were like that in those days. They shouted and swore, and men always got the best jobs and got the higher pay, and you know, all the usual crap. So he was a typical news editor type running the radio course. I think he was very proud of me at the end, because when I put my mind to it, as you know, I work extremely hard and I'm a perfectionist, and that carries on to this day in my autumn of my years. So I started in radio. I was very lucky to meet a wonderful editor at Capital Radio in London, for those of you who are Londoners and remember it, because it was only on in London in those days before digital. I got lots of freelance work there, then I got a rolling contract there, then I read the news on the Graham Dean show. Again, for anyone from that area will remember him very well. We were friends at the BBC many, many years previously, so it was very weird. That was another full circle. So I did his news reading and weather for a year, while somebody was on maternity leave. That was definitely my favourite job ever. I absolutely loved it because I love radio, I love music, as you know, and I just used to go into the studio and we had such fun. I would do the news and weather, but you know, we did things that would never be allowed now. Like one Easter holiday, I sucked in a helium balloon and did the weather in a very silly duck voice. I mean, you just get fired for things like that now. But anyway, it was the happiest. That's my best job ever. I really loved it. I had to get up at the crack of dawn. But I just loved sitting in the studio and listening to amazing music, and it was wonderful. And I was young enough to not mind getting up at the crack of dawn. And I made a lot of features. I love features. And then I did a bit for Radio 4, BBC Radio 4, because they wanted somebody, you know, young and Londony. Simon Mayo, I did a big series with him. So I'm still very fond of Simon Mayo. He was the funniest man I've ever met. We always corpsed in the studio. None of this is going to mean a thing to anyone in America, I'm sorry. But, you know, morning television, you get the drift. Morning radio, morning everything. And then I started getting shifts at TVAM, which was a massively popular breakfast television station through the mid-80s. I was there from the mid-80s to the early 90s. And what I'm going to do now is show you my star wall, because I spent a lot of time. I did read the news a bit there, usually at weekends, but I mostly did features, and I did a year of showbiz, purely showbiz. So it was long before selfies, obviously, but what I would do is, it took me a while to suss this out, but I would take a camera on shoots, and then my cameraman would say, can we get a picture? And obviously, being a cameraman, they were always ace photos. So I'm going to show you the wall and tell you who everyone is from the mid-80s. You'll recognise them a lot, I hope. And some of you will have seen it before, so you can whiz through that. So here's the guest room en suite. Sorry, bed's not made up, but for those who haven't seen it before, here it is, and here is my wall. Right, I'll give you a wide look at the wall. Now we go closer to see who's who. So I'll give you 5 seconds to guess who it is. Look how young we are. I think he's aged better than me. Jason Donovan. I loved watching the end of Neighbours, by the way. Can't believe they made an appearance. And there she is, Kylie, looking deeply unhappy at being interviewed. She was very young and very short. Prince Charles, who was utterly charming, utterly charming. Will not hear a word against him. And so was this one, Paul McCartney, who actually said to me, we could be brother and sister. Look how alike we looked then. This is the mid-80s. That's me jumping out of an aeroplane for television. What an idiot, with the red arrows. You can see, I thought I was going to die. There's Mick Hucknall, who wasn't a very nice man. Kept us waiting an hour for the interview. Was very rude about Southerners and has not aged well. Right, will you recognise this one? The clue is in the initials. He was very young then. He'd just been signed to Manchester United. Yes, it is David Beckham. And his parents were lovely. This was one of the highlights of my career. Americans, you should know her. Oh, doesn't look very straight, does it? The wonderful Gloria Estefan on her private island off Miami. She just had, her Dalmatian had just had puppies. It was a very exciting visit. Right, Bros. Now, somebody told me which one that is. I still can't remember. I think it's Luke. Shut up, Jack. This is Wet, Wet, Wet. He, the one whose hand is on his head, became a very good friend, and I have seen him many times in Brighton during his solo career. That's me doing my first breast cancer charity power walk for the London Marathon. We didn't run. Running is not good for the breasts. Well, that's what they said in those days. So that was my first marathon. And that is, oh my goodness, what good looking boys. Paul Ince on the left and Gaza on the right. And that is finally Prince Nazim, the boxer. I'm sorry there isn't more. I wish I'd taken more, but that would do for now, won't it? And one day, gosh, so many things. Do we ever finish the list of things to do? Ever? Even when we're retired, there's always a list, isn't there? One day I will dig out my VHSs and get them transferred so that I can show them to you. I must have some old telly ones. I'll put that on the list. So I hope you enjoyed my Wall of Fame. After TVAM, it lost its franchise, so everything changed. They were the best days in television ever. I mean, we used to have champagne for breakfast after overnights. I mean, that's how different the 80s was. Imagine that now. Anyway, they put a stop to that when somebody was found drunk and disorderly at their desk. But really good, exciting days. It was so exciting. So that got me through my 30s and the 80s. And then I started calming down and I got a fantastic last job, 2-3 years in Kent, reading the local news every morning. And that was a really brilliant job because although I had to be up by about 5 a.m, I can't remember, very early, I'd have the whole day to myself by 10:30. I did ask to do features because I loved making features. And then I did a bit at Sky, and then I just started winding down, doing more and more freelance producing. And then at the age of 49, once I'd moved back to London, started training as a nutritionist and started treating clients and wrote 3 health books. I'll put the links below. I think only one of them still in print because this was a while ago. And that's it. That sort of brings us up to date. And then I retired in my early 60s. And you know where I am now with this wonderful audience and my own TV show every Sunday when I can do and say and go wherever I like and do whatever I like. So that's where my natural aptitude for talking to the camera comes from, and editing and adding music. So I have come full circle. So I hope you found that interesting. It's exhausted me just remembering it all. My God, I couldn't do those jobs now, could you? Oh, goodness me, those hours. Right, so what's next? Oh yes, I'm going to take you to that shop in Brighton. There's not much there, but I know you love looking at great big hangers full of bric-a-brac and stuff. I managed to find 2 wine glasses there. I like buying second-hand glasses. I mean, why keep buying new things when people are getting rid of old things? Just need to stick them in the dishwasher and they're good as new. So I've just got some, they're in the dishwasher, so I can't show you, but they're for red wine. They're big and they were really cheap. So that's good. We're all watching our money now, aren't we?
You ordered a coffee, didn't you?
Now, this is what I call a warehouse full of bric-a-brac and vintage clothing. Ooh, I need more wine glasses. I keep smashing them. See, I never buy new. Gosh, I don't know what this shop's called, but it's a little find in Brighton. Ooh, vintage clothes. I haven't got any cash though, so I'm not going to look too seriously. It's cash only. Finally, I'm going to say sorry if it's a short one, but you know I say that every week and it never is short because of all my babbling. But finally, here's part 2 of what's in my cupboard, and I know you'll enjoy that. And I'll pop back afterwards and say bye-bye. Now, I'm not going to put all these on, but just to show you Oh, these are good. I haven't worn these yet. Oh, they'll be good for the festival, won't they? In August. We'll do festival clothes in before the end of August. Oh, and that. Oh gosh, I found another summer outfit. Goodness me. Look. This is beautiful. This I got in Australia. Yes, that might come out if we get another heat wave for sure. And look at this beautiful dressing gown. I don't know what you call it, but I just love these colours, the oranges and greens. How fab are they? So yes, I think we should bring these to the front. And now I'm going to show you a video because I've just worked with Two Clothing, Sainsbury's, cheap line. And I just want to show you the video as to how classy these clothes look on. I was so surprised that this looked so good on me, but it's definitely a keeper. Most of the clothes are keepers. So I'll show you the little video we did. It's that format, but you don't mind it if I put a background in. And it's only a minute long. No, 30 seconds long. So these are the latest collections from Two Clothing. Most will have sold out by now. Wanted to show you all these amazing clothes that I got from Love Your Look Clothing. You know I'm a big fan. I do modelling for her practically every year. I love her to pieces. I want to support her. This is one of my favourites for summer. I hope you can see the detail. They all have pockets. They're all very sustainably made, and they're a UK small independent brand. Made in India, most of them, but she really looks after her workers. And I really want to support her. So these are what I've been given by her over the years. Oh, that one isn't her. That's Emily and Finn. That's a nice summer dress as well. I haven't worn half of these because it was cold, do you remember? And then suddenly got boiling hot. This is Love Your Look Clothing. Isn't that lovely? And these are really old. Love Your Look Clothing. If I've got time, I'll show you pictures of me all dressed up wearing them at Goodwood or wherever. Oh, I love this. Look at this fabric. Love Your Look Clothing. And Love Your Look Clothing. Unbelievable amount of clothes. This is a bit too big for me, so I wear it to the beach rather than cinched in. But look at the detail. You know, she sources amazing little buttons and trims and things. And as I said, they've all got pockets. Right, quick change and then I'll show you a couple of tops. And that's it. Hope you're enjoying this. And Jack snoring. Right, I got these shorts in Jersey last year. They're made by Phase 8. I've pulled the, I thought they're more flattering higher up. But I can do either. I mean, I don't go into town like this, but if I were to go into town, I'll bring them down a bit. But I think they're a bit more flattering higher up. Also, they're too big. Something that's too big. I got a size too big because look, you can really cinch them in at the waist. Never mind, they're comfy. That's the important thing. Right, got it round the right way now. So this is my sort of seaside, not boiling hot, but, well, it has to be fairly hot with a bare tummy underneath. But that's from Australia in the sale. Gorgeous, isn't it? I think it just goes so well. This is a well put together little outfit, I'm sure you'll agree. That I have worn. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen it. I wasn't sure at all about this, but actually it looks really cute. Very cool. And again, going out for lunch in a seaside place, I would wear the shorts happily and take a nice little white bag. So I love this. Now again, this would go beautifully with black, but I also love them with tiny bits of shorts poking down. This is the one I got in Lanzarote at Desigual, the Spanish place. So I'm going to stay like this now, nice and cool. It's nice and warm tonight. Very windy out there. I was going to get in the ponds, but it's actually too windy. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm sorry I haven't dressed up properly, but at least I'm sharing with you what's in my cupboard. The next job is to actually start losing things I'm not wearing. Apart from my vintage, I will never get rid of my vintage. I never get rid of these beautiful pieces because they're not made anymore, and they're limitless. Look at those buttons. Limitless. They will never, ageless. They will never go out of trend. Not for me anyway. Okay, hope you enjoyed. I don't know what we're doing next, but I'll see you later. I hope you enjoyed that, all my lovelies. Other than that, all it takes for me to say is, slapping her thighs, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your comments. We've reached 18,000, so please spread the word. I would love to get up to 20,000, and then you know what will happen. I'd love to get up to 25,000. Anyway, the word is spreading. You are the most amazing audience of followers because you're so engaged with me. So thank you. And I hope I'll see you next week. We've got a big school reunion at Dahlia's, I think, if all goes well. Everything keeps changing because of the train strikes and things happening. And it's August, which I think is the silliest month of the year, and I tend to be very silly. Do you remember August is a Wicked Month by Edna O'Brien, one of my favourite books when I was a youngster? Well, I still say, friends who've known me forever always say, oh, it's August. Well, you'll be just going to pot, won't you? So yes, like the rest of the country, it's so quiet today since the football. I think everybody's on holiday already. So I will try and do another vlog for next week. But if I don't manage it, you know, there'll be one the week after, but I'm sure I can manage something. All right, my lovelies, I really am going, enough rambling. Bye. Take care. Have a lovely August.